Welcome guys to another episode of Tier Maker. So this video might be a little bit shorter because in a few days I have a school trip going on. We're just going camping for a little bit, but yeah, without any further ado, let's get started with Deku's costumes. Now, to start off, we have his first costume, which wasn't the greatest. It gets way more. It gets way too much hate, but it's like it's so overhated. But it's not that bad. Sure, it's not the best, but it's really not that bad. I'll give it C tier. It's like a good like starting costume. Next up, we have his beta suit, which is a really good step up. I don't know, it's like it just enhances everything about it. I don't know, it's just nice. I like the shorter I like the shorter gloves, and it has like the leg pieces, and it's just a really good costume, and the colors are way better. But yeah, I'll put it in B tier. Next up, we have his gamma suit, where I the longer gloves, like I I don't know, like I like them. It's just that like around the wrist, it and like on his hand, it looks a little bit like bald compared to everything else, because like the rest of the costume, all of these like intricate bits, and then like his arms on like the lower half of them are just a little bit like underdesigned. Well, I really like the gamma shoes with the metal coverings on them. There's like, I don't know, they're cool. I like how they like have like all the little like screws on them, so they just look nice. And then probably one of my favorite costumes. This one fixes my basically my only issue with the gamma suit was his Air Force suit with the Air Force gloves. It was the only thing that changed in it, but it fixes my only issue of like the hands being like not that interesting. But this one really fixes it. It like makes the palm of the hand the same like greenish bluish color of the rest of his costume, and then gives him like the cool little bits on his knuckles, and has like the lines coming off of them, and also like the actual like cuff itself. It's just a really big step in the right direction. It just fixes like basically all of my issues. So I'll give it A tier. Next up, the stealth suit. This one's pretty good. I I feel so bad for the person that designed this really good costume just for it to be used in the first 5 minutes of the movie. I feel really bad for that person. It's a really good costume. I I want to give it S tier, but I don't like it quite as much as his base like Air Force suit. But it's really good. I like how it's like kind of more bulky. It's cool. Next up, we have the Vigilante Deku costume. Now this one's actually on here two times. The first one is like near the beginning of the season, where it's like less destroyed, and it's pretty good. It does like, I don't know. It looks a lot better when it's more destroyed, but I'll give it A tier. Next up, for my favorite one, the Dark Deku costume, or like the more destroyed Vigilante Deku costume. It looks just so good, like all shredded up, and with his black web like off of his back, and like it just looks so cool, and like his mid gauntlets are like tearing apart. It's a really good costume. I like it. I'll give it S tier. It's just so cool. Next up, one that I have mixed feelings on, and I actually didn't know what it was called before this, the Zeta suit. This one, I like stuff about it, and I dislike stuff about it. It's still really highly ranked, but like my main issue is the coloring. I don't mind the yellow lines on the bodysuit. While I do think they should have stayed black, or even they could have been white. Because for a while, people had a big debate on if the stripes on his costume were yellow or white. I was a strong believer that they were white, but it turns out no, they were yellow. I kind of just called all of them like weird lighting, but no, that was not lighting. But yeah, I'm okay with the lines being yellow, and like the slightly darker suit. Although I did prefer like the lighter suit. My main issue comes with all the shades of yellow they used. First, they had yellow on like the scarf, which was fine. I liked it. And then they had the one on the Air Force gloves, which was not that noticeably different. Sure, they were different, but like on like the screw on the cuff being golden, and also on the knuckles, which that's fine. But then also they have the yellow on like the suit itself, so we have three different yellows clashing together, and then also they still kept the original color in the palm of the hand from the Air Force gloves, so it no longer matches with the rest of everything. So the palms are still the lighter color, which are a little bit like makes it match a little bit less, but it's I don't know. And then we also have like the shade of red they used on the mid gauntlets. Then they use like a slightly different shade for like the belt and the shoes. So sure, there's a lot of colors clashing, but like like once I look at it for a while, I can kind of get over it. But it's like besides, okay, I know I just bashed on it a lot, but besides that, I really like I especially like the arm pieces for like how the Air Force gloves mid gauntlets and like the little like cuff part above the mid gauntlets. I like how those all look together. It's just such a good like transition, and it like when you compare it to the Gamma suit, which had like the shorter like not shorter but like very underdesigned arms, which then turned his arms into the most designed part of his costume. It's just I don't know. I really like it. I'll give it A tier. But yeah, that'll be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and goodbye.